Hey everybody, Jay Barino here, and welcome back. We're playing the Crystal Shards, created by Gemster. It's a custom campaign for StarCraft 2. This is the third and final map available for this campaign. It seems really neat so far, loving the use of the research post that sort of evolves as time goes on. Just double checking, I gave myself up to +2 attack for infantry and structure armor. I do like me some structure armor, though attack range of bunkers and missile turrets seems nice too. Units inside of those can shoot further. This is the mission where presumably we're getting bunkers, if I remember this correctly. It says to complete this mission in order to unlock these. Though I think, like last time, these became available because we got them in that specific mission. So presumably this is the now you can make static defense mission. Okay, yeah, we increased his healing rate a little bit. That should be fine.
Back off, man. I'm a
Okay,
scientist.
yeah, I guess let's go ahead and get started. We've been playing on hard. We've only played 2 very simple missions so far. I haven't really been given an indication that the difficulty of this campaign is bizarrely out of touch, as some custom campaigns tend to be. So we'll keep playing on hard, which is second from the hardest. That's usually what I default to, but if we have to bump it up or down, I'm always happy to do so. Send me into Cold Peak. The Dominion miners have been excavating something at the peak of Glaciara's mountains. However, it sounds like the miners recently evacuated the area. Stetmann has set out with Gary to investigate and to figure out what the Dominion was trying to dig up before running off.
The abandoned base is just ahead. Don't worry, Gary. We will protect you.
Receiving headquarters.
Okay, we can't control him. Does he maybe just follow
Need help,
us?
sir?
No, it's
Just
escort him. We have to
smile.
escort Gary.
Back off, man.
Well,
I'm
let's
a
stay ahead of
scientist.
him if possible. Lead with Stetmann. Well, Stetmann's not going to generate any aggro. Let's go ahead. Just auto-attack through these. Yeah, Gary's just going. He doesn't care.
Yes.
He'll auto-travel to the next objective. Has no offensive or defensive capabilities, so you need to be his escort. Okay.
Right.
I understand.
Yes, sir.
We'll do our best. We lost a Marine. Very bad for an early start like this. C'est la vie.
You sure
Okay,
about
we've
this?
made it. Let's make sure there's nothing in this
Aye,
base that's
I'm
going to
planning.
kill us.
First rounds on me.
And definitely pick
Right.
up
Oh, I mean,
these.
yes, sir.
Accessing data records.
Just my luck.
The miners discovered some ancient relics. They fled before they were able to analyze them.
Then it's up to us to collect that data.
Warning. Detecting large Zerg hive cluster nearby.
I guess we now know what made the miners run.
Okay.
All right, let's set up some defenses. The Zerg will be coming soon.
In the rear with the
I'm just going to grab this and, yep, load them up. Load them up.
Need help, sir?
And let's pick up more of these things. And let's see. The engineering bay is a necessary. Yeah, we know what the engineering bay and the bunkers and turrets do. Yeah, Research Hub is interesting because, like, we couldn't even research +1 unless we allocated a tech point to unlocking the ability to research it. It's not that we start with it. Interesting. Presumably, we don't need these bunkers anymore, right? So,
Warning. Zerg attack wave incoming.
let's get some SCVs over here to repair. And as soon as that's done... Oh, you know your boy loves his structure armor. We're going to get that first because I think it researches faster than infantry weapons. Yeah, SCVs can repair stuff. What's interesting about these tips, I've noticed this in several custom campaigns I've played too, is they'll give tips as if you've never played the game, and it's like,
Back off, man. I'm a
do
scientist.
you think that I like stumbled upon the ability to download custom campaigns for the game without ever having played the game? You know what I mean? It's just it's a little goofy.
in the rear with the gear.
Base is
Just
under
get this
attack.
Armed
saturated, and
and
definitely gonna get our tech lab out. Oh wait, hang on.
ready.
Look like mutas, so we're gonna have to still build missile turrets back here. The missile turrets look awesome. I love this skin for the missile turrets.
Base is under attack.
These Zerg attacks are hitting pretty hard pretty early. Gary's departing in 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay, get down here. We're going to need
Add-on
multiple
complete.
folks to repair. I do want combat shields. Let's go ahead and just start making Marines. We'll get maybe one more missile
is
turret
under
down here,
attack.
and then we leave 2 SCVs down there to repair. These attacks, yeah, these attacks are no joke. They're ramping up for sure. I think most importantly, we just have to get this base saturated. Yeah, let's get concussive shells. That seems prudent for this early. Yeah, you get on gas. Gas is going to be... We're going to be in short supply of gas here, it seems like.
Upgrade complete.
Oh, yeah. Structure armor, baby.
Base.
Yeah, let's get a reactor. Yeah, see, that's just going to... They're just going to pick off my SCVs every time because of the bounce, so we need multiple SCVs repairing, and we can't really afford to be losing any either. And they're also all coming down directly to this area in the bottom left and ignoring the other side. So that's a bummer. Feeling like we need to make sure we need to get more units out so that we can follow Gary when the time is right. I would love to start +1, though it doesn't seem like this is really the time for it. These attacks are huge, and they're non-stop too. Oh my gosh!
Our SCVs are under attack.
Like they're actually non-stop. I don't know about this one, Chief. Okay, come on down here. Let's get one more turret as well. And he's moving. Oh gosh. I guess what we're gonna have to do is just unload these.
Departing for the first dig
Back
site.
off, man. I'm a scientist.
And just follow him. I feel like I have to do that.
Setting up bunkers
we need.
near the dig sites will prove useful against the Zerg attack waves.
Okay, I'll do that.
Just fascinating.
Oh, it's scary. This is spooky. They can only get to us from this direction. They can only get to us from this direction. So I think if we oh gosh, the banelings. Kill the banelings. I told him to. Okay, this is okay. This is okay. Keep making SCVs so that we can pull more off to come over and get down in this direction.
Sure.
Yeah, just load these up. Load these up.
Additional supply depots.
Oh, depots. This is not the time. I wasn't watching. We have to target fire banelings, it seems like. These newly created bunkers better have the armor. They don't have the same skin. Enemies will continue to try and attack at specific choke points. Setting up additional defenses at these choke points will improve your odds. Okay, okay. All right, all right, all right. We'll try. I'm going to get another one of those.
Big job, huh? Bad news?
I'm trying to get set up. It's just there's a lot to do here, okay? Okay, we're going to need more units. Banelings go down. That's appropriate. This is good. Gary's 40% of the way done. Now, based on the wording of that, we're going to need to leave these bunkers here. Which does scare me quite a bit. Okay, Mr. SCV, come on down here and assist us in repairing down at that bottom section.
Bad news?
Our SCVs are under attack.
It's on. Ah! You scared me!
Okay, more SCVs, more Marines and Marauders.
Not enough
Up to the front, because presumably we're going to move forward with Gary constantly and have to set up new defenses. So we can't afford to lose things as we do that every time. Gotta focus fire down those banelings, it seems like. Keep it alive, keep it alive. 4 SCVs might not be enough. We might need to bring even more. I'm happy to do it.
Huh? Yeah.
Okay, combat shield time.
Bad news?
These SCVs are here to repair, and I might even pull another one.
This better be good.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Not enough.
Probably don't want to just be running too far past the bunkers if we don't have to. We have a nice army here. It's okay. It could be better.
There are nearby sensor towers. Repairing them with our SCVs would help us keep an eye on Zerg movement.
Just fascinating.
Okay, well, there's one of them. We have to leave some SCVs at each of the choke points as well, keep in mind.
Scan complete. Departing for the next dig site.
Upgrade complete.
Where you going, buddy? He's going to the upper right.
Gotcha. Bad news?
Not enough minerals.
Okay. All right. That, I guess, will help us in some
Excellent.
fashion.
This will be great for keeping an eye out for oncoming Zerg attack waves.
Back off, man.
Okay, heal me, Stetmann, please. We're going to have to move up here quickly so that he doesn't just run into... well, like that. I was going to say unburrowing enemies. They unburrow when we're on top of them. Very kind of them.
Oh, I mean, yes, sir.
Okay, where are they going to come from?
I have a plan.
Say the word, baby.
I see pickups. I go.
Research complete.
Okay, it's telling me where they're going to come from, so let's do this. Keep making Marines and Marauders.
Our base is under attack.
Okay, this is... Overall, this is a little spooky, admittedly. We're okay in terms of resources now, so I think we can grab another barracks. And we can start +2. I think we're going to need it. Gary seems to be fine. Target fire any banelings that we see. I don't see any banelings, so I sleep. I'm just trying to get a marauder into this bunker. My goodness. Okay. I would love Neosteel Frame. Keep making SCVs all the way up to the front, because we have to leave them behind every so often. I'm going to be really mad if we lose because we get overwhelmed by mutas in this specific location, you know?
SCV ready.
Not enough base is under
Trying
attack.
to, I'm just barely staying on top of the need for depots.
Base is under attack.
Yep, and look at that. They will continue to attack in this area, so I'm glad I have these. I don't know if I'm going to need
Zerg
3
biosignatures
bunkers
approaching
here.
Alternative choke point. Defensive preparations are advised.
You're a little late. Oh, up there. Well, hang on. We gotta get over here and set these up too. My goodness. Okay, that's okay. We're fine. I'm stressing out a little bit. Oh, they're already here.
Back
Okay.
off, man.
Pivot.
Scientists,
Pivot.
Add-on.
Heal me, Stetmann.
Need help, sir?
Base is under attack. SCVs are under attack.
Okay. Come on over here. There's a ramp.
Yeah, yeah.
We gotta split up a little bit
Base is
here.
under
Leave
attack.
Stetmann up here.
Yes, sir.
These attacks are large, like they're big too. It's not just like a little bit to make
Not
sure you
enough
leave some
minerals.
defense behind. You need a substantial amount of things at each choke point. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh. Hard difficulty, by the way. Not even the hard. Not even the hardest. Brutal difficulty. What did I say at the beginning? We haven't experienced any outlandish difficulty yet in this campaign. Well, here we are. Didn't want to leave you too disappointed.
Base is under attack.
Resources.
Not enough minerals. Upgrade complete.
SCVs. Are you honest to God stuck? They're stuck. I wonder if we could trap Gary. We have to salvage this.
Yeah, whatever.
Everybody move up.
Scan complete. Departing for the last dig site.
Well, he's departing for the last dig site, but that area over here is wide open. Oh my gosh.
Here with the gear. You gonna give me just say
We gotta leave some units back here.
who wants some?
Just spam SCVs endlessly.
Assistance
Our
required.
allies are
I lack
being
combat
attacked.
functionality.
Yeah, I know, dude. That's probably why you should stop and wait. This is basically the Megalith mission from Legacy of the
I have a plan.
Void. We just gotta auto attack in front of him and we just gotta go. There's no way to stop it. I don't even want to know what brutal difficulty is like. This feels like it could be a brutal difficulty.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Okay.
We can use this choke point to our advantage.
Okay, come on down here.
It's your time.
Is this the choke point he's talking about? It must be.
Yo.
Honestly, the choke points don't matter much when you have 3 to 4 banelings in the attack waves.
Our allies are being attacked.
Assistance required. I lack combat functionality.
Oh, okay. Well, nice choke point, I guess. Where did they... I don't know where they came from. Can I just rewind? I don't want to have to redo the whole thing. I haven't been quick saving. So let's go maybe here? Because it seems like we're in an okay spot. It's just the amount that is required to hold like 3 or 4 different choke points at once is a little silly.
Yes, sir.
So
We can use this choke point
we'll
to our
figure it out.
advantage.
Let's go ahead and come on down here. Again, presumably we don't need this choke point because we'll catch them elsewhere.
What's going on?
Let's pick these up. They must have gone around the bot. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Okay.
Big job, huh?
So we'll do that. Get SCVs down. Get a lot of SCVs down there because we have extras. Load these
Base
up.
is under attack.
They're in there.
You gonna give me orders? By the numbers, boy.
And then let's get some SCVs up to repair the sensor tower because that gets us hero tech. So we want to finish that before it's over.
Additional supply depots required.
And we are supply blocked. Okay, do that and that.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Oh, good. It's not them, though. They're fine.
Tower's repaired. We've got eyes on all of the Zerg routes now.
Excellent. This is just going to be 2 Marauders inside this bunk. Just go in. I know you can fit in there. This is going to be 2 Marauders because it's too far away.
Base is under attack. SCVs are under attack.
Okay, this is fine. It's increasingly large attacks. It's scaring me a little bit, but we seem to be okay. I'm also grateful and blessed that our units don't try and path through the Zerg base. Get these SCVs up here. Get this bunker full. Give me a turret in the back. We don't have high-sec auto-tracking, though.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, we'll put it in the front. Okay, I think we're okay now. That was very spicy for a while.
Base is under attack.
Okay. Escort Garrett. Okay, he's at the last dig site. We just have to live at this point, which we should be okay. I think because I was constantly spamming SCVs, that made a difference. Also, my other choke points... Is it just me, or does it feel like my other choke points have not been attacked on this one? So I fortified this, and I've kept this fortified for no reason. But this got attacked pretty severely during this dig site scan.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Am I... Oh, no, never mind. There they go. Okay, they're still attacked. You can't... You can't just do that.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Though, I mean, it is the end, I understand. But you have to be cognizant of... I mean, I would consider, in a way... Banelings are like super units. I was going to say spellcasters. By the way, this doesn't get attacked at all. It's only this location. So I didn't need to fortify this, and that was a waste. Okay, jeez, oh man.
All relic scans complete.
Great, now let's get out of here before the Zerg overrun us.
But you have to be judicious. You have to be judicious with how you use units like that. Banelings. Like, oh, it's the bunker mission. If you add 3 to 4 Banelings into an attack group, and also I couldn't, for some reason, my bunkers, I couldn't, something's getting attacked in the background, so let's please stop this. Don't let Gary take any damage. Destroy all Zerg structures. Don't lose any structures. Yeah, stop, please stop that. You have to be very judicious with how you use that. It's like when people give the enemy vanguards, like Tal'Darim vanguards, like, you have to be very, very particular with how you place High Templar, how you give the enemy ghosts. You can't just be like, let's add 4 of each to every attack wave. Just be judicious with it. That's what I would say. Okay, we're back to base. And I have no tech. I did collect tech, but again, that's because this gameplay demo? Oh, no, you know what? It's because I rewound. And rewinding is going to break the bank data. So there's probably an end to this that now I can't see. Okay. I did it again, but I restarted this time.
All relic scans complete.
We skipped the cinematic. And, okay, now we can actually read these. No, never mind. The Zerglings are still attacking through the background, but we read these previously. We got our resurrection tech, and now the research post should progress to where we'd expect it to go. Yeah.
What's the status of the artifact analysis?
Nearly finished. Please hold. Analysis complete.
Great, what's the situation?
These artifacts are of Zelnaga origin. Inscriptions on the artifacts speak of a powerful Zelnaga crystal.
Why are the Dominion looking for alien crystals? That can't mean anything good.
The crystal was shattered many years ago, and the fragments have been hidden throughout the stars.
Do we know where the pieces are?
The artifacts did hint at the location of 2 shards. The other 3 shard locations remain unknown. The first shard is located on a planet covered in sands, Horus 4. The second shard is located on a planet of lush jungles, Soli.
Well, we can't just sit around. Let's go gather those crystal shards before the enemy does.
Delightful. Well, we can
Back off,
assign our
man.
new
I'm a
points and
scientist.
stuff. After that last one, loving the idea of getting up to damage plus, excuse me, 3. Building armor 2. Oh, my beloved. Oh, though structure range also seemed pretty good as well. I'm fine with that for now.
Need help,
So
sir?
in the moment, I was tilting a little bit. The difficulty was not as absurd, I suppose, as I made it seem like, but on a map like that,
Yes.
I felt like I was working off of very imperfect information. With like, oh, you need bunkers at these locations because they will continue to attack you through them. But it actually turned out it was only the first one. But then also there's the mutalisks that would come from the bottom, and it was very repetitive as well. It wasn't like, oop, a little gotcha here or there. It was like 4 mutalisks, 4 mutalisks, 4 mutalisks, 4 mutalisks, 4 mutalisks, 4. It just, is something that could like keep it a little spiced up, like 1 mutalisk here or there, then 2, and then at the end 4. But instead, it was kind of like it started with 3, and then it was 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Again, I recognize I'm on the hard difficulty. This felt maybe more what I'd expect from a brutal, but mostly just from the sheer amount of enemies and the frequency of the attacks and the amount of banelings. Really was just the last wave. I don't know if they would have destroyed my base in that time. But you have to be careful with, again, those like power units. High Templar, banelings, really any spellcaster, anything that does area of effect damage. You just have to be a little judicious. It's good to have them where they can like break bunker lines and stuff, but on a mission like this, I got the impression, this didn't turn out to be true, but it was supposed to be like, keep all of your entrances covered because they're going to send little amounts of units like at a trickle constantly through them. And instead, it was like you needed a full defense at 2 locations and then defend Gary. Whereas again, it seemed to me like the mission tip was telling me that I should only be focused on... I guess I should put a point into that, huh? That I should only be focused into just defending each point with what I had. And I didn't have enough resources until the very end where I could like really slam out units. But prior to close to the end of the map, there wasn't much to work with, so you had to be very, very judicious. Now, that's kind of what I talked about with like brutal difficulty in StarCraft 2. The maps feel really hard at first with the timers, and there's a lot of like time pressure on you to engage with whatever quick map mechanic is bearing down on you. So then like you practice and you're like, okay, well now I know I need exactly 3 missile turrets here with 2 SCVs. It's self-sufficient. Now I know I need exactly 2 bunkers here full of only marauders. It'll be self-sufficient, etc., etc. So like we didn't learn that yet.
Right. Oh, I mean, yes, sir.
Wait, it says I have a point left. I guess, did I have an additional
Just my luck.
attack point here that I didn't assign? Yeah, I guess so. So that's
Need
like
help,
just
sir?
something to think about in terms of
I
the difficulty,
have a
or
plan.
really it's more like if you're trying to convey a certain idea to the player, you have to be careful, and I realize this is hard to do without like testers, you have to be careful how it could possibly be interpreted. Like again, I interpreted that tip as like, especially after the first one, like, oh look, they still will continue to attack through this avenue. Therefore, they will also continue to attack through the second avenue, but they didn't. It was only that first one, and then the mutalisks. So on a map where the economy gets very tight until the very end of the map, when there's been a lot of pickups and the ability to actually build up and stockpile some money, that was a huge money sink in that potentially the second area. So again, lessons learned. But It's just, you know, I guess more eyes on the project hopefully gives that sort of feedback where, like, your players, me, are stupider than you might expect, or they're just, they read something a certain way, and then you realize, like, oh, I didn't think anyone would possibly interpret it that way. Either they're stupid, but that's also just people, or, you know, it's a bit of an oversight. I'm focusing a lot on this one relatively short map just because I think there's clearly a huge foundational element to this campaign that I'd like to see continued with this research outpost and traveling to the different planets and stuff. And so I'm really excited to continue it. Yeah, so we can't travel to these just yet. I would love to see this expanded on more and more and more because this seems just excellent. There's a lot of replayability with the achievements as well, but with all of these different difficulties and achievements and stuff like that, with that comes an extreme expectation for like balance and an alignment to StarCraft 2 base campaigns in terms of difficulty. If you name your difficulties in the same paradigms, namely with like the casual brutal encompassing around that hard and normal, people are going to assume it's just like that. This was definitely harder than a hard difficulty in StarCraft 2. Anyway, that's my little end rant for the campaign. What I loved about this, again, was the idea with the allocatable points and stuff. We've definitely seen that before in some other campaigns. I loved it then, too. What's different here is definitely the polished presentation of it. The maps themselves also seem quite polished up, and it seems like they are pretty interesting scenario maps. I would love to see some build and destroy in there, but that isn't necessarily all we want. You know, a nice mix of, I call them at this point just like scenario maps, or you know, a more negative connotation is like a gimmick map. I don't see that negatively, but like something that just varies it up. Adding some sort of time pressure to the player also is never a bad thing in my opinion. You just have to be very careful. You have to be very careful, and it's hard to get testers and stuff like that for these projects as well. But really excellent job, Gemster. Looking forward to seeing the next piece of this campaign. And another shout out to the composer of the custom music, because I think that's been an excellent addition to this. All right, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.